Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. I was not invited to COD Next, but a bunch of other folks were, including our man over here, the man in the corner, Noah J456. Noah J has posted 15 minutes of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies footage, and as a result of him posting that, I'm gonna watch his video now, break down what I'm seeing a little bit, and like straight away, first things first, it seems like he's got a wonder weapon in this footage. It seems like the zombie has a level of some kind. There's all sorts of stuff going on here. So I'm gonna make my camera a little smaller so I don't cover up too much of the screen. But Noah and I, together, hand in hand, are gonna walk you through 15 minutes of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got back from Treyarch where I just played...
Wait, he played it at Treyarch? That's interesting, because COD Next is not at Treyarch, so they actually visited Treyarch for this. That's interesting.
MW3 Zombies early, and also received a USB containing the footage you are seeing on screen, the very world's first gameplay of MW3 Zombies, showing you guys what it is,
okay, this wonder weapon
this absolutely insane
looks pretty cool.
wonder weapon that they have added into this game, alongside the returning ray gun, the MrRoflWaffles.
Double
this is the brand new one, though.
Okay, first of all, what do we think of this? What do we think of the double points here? Because that's a pretty sort of like, I don't know, like 80s kind of vibe that we got going on, like a little bit of neon kind of thing, sort of a little bit of a disco kind of vibe going.
And it looks like it absolutely smokes zombies.
Looks like a kind of parallel.
I forgot.
Bro, whoa, wait, what? What? What was this? Huh? What is that? Those are not Apothicon or Keeper symbols. Are we able to translate that right now?
We're from the future. I forgot like 3 really important things to include in this. PhD Flopper is back. Absolutely pog. Tombstone is back. I hate my life. And then also there's a zombie mastery camo grind that you can do for all guns from MW2 and MW3. There's essentially all of it is available in the game. They were like, this is super hard to put in, but it's something we really cared about putting in.
Okay, cool. That sounds pretty good.
We're gonna be talking about everything that they told us about this game mode, including some secret stuff that we asked them and they actually ended up answering.
Oh, hell yeah, please tell me.
Easter egg quest and everything like that. But let me just first talk about what is this game? Like, how does it work? What does it play most like? I would say that this game is a battle royale map. It is literally on the battle royale map for this game. Because eventually there is a zone after
there's
1 hour.
There's a mega abomination?
Sessions are 1 hour. After 1 hour, a zone starts spreading and you better get on a helicopter or you just get left behind and you die.
Okay, so it is a 1 hour time limit and you will just die if you stay in the game after that 1 hour. Like you can see it's got 16 minutes left.
Extracting out. But I am saying extracting because it is also an extraction-based game. If you do not extract out, you die at the very end. However, that means that if you extract out with stuff, you can take that into your next game. So what do I mean by that? You can find a perk can in this game. You can complete an objective, and if you get really lucky, you get a case that has a ray gun in it, and that just goes in your inventory. And you can choose to pop that case and get the ray gun instantly, or you can try to...
The fact that there's this mega abomination is pretty damn cool. I think that looks good. Also, it looks like he's got, I mean, is this like a cryo freeze type thing? Like what's the ability he's got on his right hand side here? I'm curious.
Extract out on the helicopter with it and essentially
little ice blast moment
with that, use up that consumable and load up into the next game. I say that because it's an extraction game as well. This game is most like, you know, Outbreak gameplay with an extraction spin on it. Essentially, if you like DMZ and you don't like fighting against other players, you are going to love this mode because it is all against AI. There are 24 other like real life humans sitting gaming in their chairs. 24 humans in every single...
Oh, there's SSO Green. Look, I'm covering her up, but there she is. So SSO Green is like the sort of overall like weaver basically of this game mode this year.
Match, but none of them can shoot.
Are they extracting here?
You are playing against the environment. You were just playing
open the
against
door.
The zombies. You were just playing against the AI humans that are running around.
Okay, extinction.
And here's the game mode. Here's how it works. You load in. Everybody loads in all around the map in the basically tier 1 zone. This is the super easy zone. Everyone is going to be able to survive. You would really have to be absolutely terrible at zombies to die in the tier 1 zone. And essentially, you all spawn there.
Look, they have a 6-person squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6-person. So you can get more people.
And everybody just individually starts looting up and like...
And look, you've got... So faction... Wait, is that meant to say faction name there? Ping a contract in the tech map, complete a contract, exfil. So those are like challenges.
Getting objectives completed, buying some perks,
the camera looks cool.
Punching ones. And essentially, once you're all set up in the first zone, whether that be, you know, 10 minutes, whether it take 20 minutes, you want to basically speed run the first zone, get ready and go into the second zone where the zombies are going to be higher level.
Okay, so you're entering a new zone. That's what he's talking about here. So the zombie that we saw before with the little 2 over its head, that was the level 2 zone, a harder zone. And I'm guessing those harder zones get bigger as the game goes on.
Second zone, where the zombies are going to be higher level. This is like round 15, round 20 zombie is equivalent in terms of how much health they have and how set up you want to be, because this game mode is, I would say, a very social game mode. You want to load in with friends, and if
it's a social game mode. Okay, so what about solo players?
You load in by yourself, you really want to just kind of like join up with a random team and try to request to join their squad, which you can do. You can get up to 6-player squads.
Well,
but if you're going into the high tier zones, there is almost no way that you are going to survive by yourself. This is a very social game, and I think a lot of people will actually have a lot of fun with that, but it is not for solo players is what I found.
Bro, him saying that, I know for a fact Noah is fuming. I know he is fuming at it being mainly a co-op mode. I know this man is like literally underneath this hat, he has no hair remaining. It's all fallen out as soon as he saw it was a social mainly game mode, because he's a solo guy. He loves solo.
Play is not, it's not balanced for it. Essentially, it's balanced for playing around every one of your teammates.
Okay.
And it can be very, very fun. Like we had an absolutely massive squad, all of us driving cars and just running over like hordes of zombies. It was really, really fun. And then when you go into the tier 3 zone, which is obviously the most dangerous zone, that's when it starts getting real. That's when you start seeing the absolute elites. You start seeing the mega abominations that have an absurd amount of health. You really want to be set up for these zones, but obviously you get the highest tier loot and everything like that. Now, you're going to be able to pick up plates. Plates are in this game. That is the armor system. Essentially, you can get jug, but you also can get plates. Like the plates are really going to be what protects you from everything. You're going to plate up if you get hit too many times. You're really not going to want to take too much damage in the later zones because the zombies clap you, and if you have no plates, you die in like couple hits. It's really, really punishing if you don't have plates. Now these humans are rolling around on the map like you see on screen.
Zombies fighting against human AI. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think that's a good little thing. You can use that to your advantage.
Right here, they're gonna roll around. They're gonna stop if you start shooting at them. You can go to different fortresses.
Kind of weird to be getting an insta kill shooting against
where the human strongholds are.
Human AI.
Those you can.
That's kind of a weird vibe.
It's basically like if you don't want to interact and engage with the humans, you really don't have to. They are gonna kind of do their own thing and chill unless you engage them. If you get close to them, they're going to attack. They are hostile. All of the stuff you're doing in this map is basically around getting stronger. So, like, you want to do contracts, which are things like,
doing contracts to get stronger.
And assassinate this like mini boss. Go over here and like activate these ether miners. Whatever the objective may be, they're all going to just give you like a random reward, as well as a bunch of points that you can use to spend on Pack-a-Punch and everything like that.
But why do I want to do that?
Weapon rarities. Weapon rarities are back. There is obviously you start with like your gray one that you can see on screen. Then you can go to green.
Okay, so we're going to be starting out the like system for loading in. Sounds like it's going to be the exact same as Cold War.
You can go to blue, you can go to purple, and then you can go to gold. And then you have your like hyper rares, which are your wonder weapons and stuff like that. Those are like the gold tier, even above everything else. So
exfil to neutralize a test site. Story quests will take you to a new location. That sounds cool.
As you can see, these people are in the farthest out zone initiating an exfil. You can exfil from any area. Basically, they want to make it like really accessible.
And then I want to see what this says.
Or if you want to go over and explore.
Oh, that's what this portal was. So you have Outlast, remain in the environment for probably like
you can do that as well.
Minutes.
Let's talk about the Easter eggs. So essentially what they said is all around the map are going to be a ton of Easter eggs. There's going to be a lot of stuff to find, a lot of things to do, a lot of like, you know, if you know type things. However, there is going to be no main Easter egg.
Why? Please let me have paused it too soon and he's gonna take it back now.
At all.
Oh no, that made it worse! That made it worse! Oh.
On launch, like the first.
Oh, wait, on launch. Okay, that gives me a little bit of hope. That gives me a teeny bit of hope.
Map, what you're watching here, there's gonna be no main Easter egg. But instead of a main Easter egg, they essentially are gonna have very like guided missions that I would say that are going to tell you the story. Like you go into the mission, it tells you what to do, and essentially at the end of that you're going to get cutscenes and stuff like that. There's 3 acts from what it sounded like. If you complete all the acts, you've essentially seen the whole story.
What?
On top of that though, and kind of like some good bright news is that
the way Noah is trying so hard to be positive, and he fully was. This fully like wait, I need to go back. Look at Noah's face. Look at the contemplation on his face right now. The fact that he left this in the video is so fun. That is comedy. That is such pure comedy.
Very like guided missions that I would say that are going to tell you the story. Like you go into the mission, it tells you what to do, and essentially at the end of that, you're going to get cutscenes and stuff like that. There's 3 acts from what it sounded like. If you complete all the acts, you've essentially seen the whole story.
Sounds great,
On top
right, Noah?
of that, though, and kind of like some good bright news is that they are, you know, teasing, and we didn't see any of it. There's no gameplay of it yet. There is actually a huge world boss, but we saw in the very first trailer, there is actually a huge world boss, and they basically alluded to like, these world bosses, you better bring everyone in the server, like go around, collect everyone in your cars, and go take on these world bosses because they are going to be incredibly difficult, which good. I want there to be like a really hard, like big challenge, but it is basically going to be like the in-game type stuff. They talked about
a reward rift has spawned. So the reward, that's how you get the rewards from objectives.
in-game, and they said there is in-game stuff to get. Now, let's talk about that. What does in-game actually look like? So there are going to be very rare, like, schematics and blueprints that you can actually find that are not one-time use. Once you get them and you extract out with them and then you craft them, essentially you...
Pack-a-Punch level 2. Increased damage and ammo capacity for TAC Eradicator. Cost 10k. Okay, pretty standard looking, actually.
You can have a ray gun spawning into your match, and once you do it once, it doesn't go away. It just goes on a cooldown. So the ray gun, they said 48 hours for the ray gun. Obviously, that might change before launch, but initially they said 48 hours would be the cooldown for the ray gun. And then you can get stuff, and you like can craft much easier stuff, and lower cooldown is just like increase your weapon rarity by 1. Whatever your rarity is, you just spawn in with that in your inventory. You can craft that once every like 2 hours. This was the example they gave. Storyline, where does this story actually set? It is set in the Modern Warfare universe. We're gonna see like the soaps of Modern Warfare. We're gonna see all the Cold War characters and stuff like that come back. It's kind of like a conjoining of the zombies world with the Modern Warfare world. And they said a lot of stuff is explained as you kind of like play through and everything like that. Okay. And where it takes place is actually in between. It's not in the Modern Warfare 3 campaigns timeline. It's actually in between Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. I am saying that this game is going to be really good and really fun in a group. And if you like the kind of Outbreak, you know, Warzone-y style gameplay, again, if you're just fighting against bots. I think that people who prefer the round-based experience and who like solo, like personally for me, I enjoy solo the most. That's the game mode that really like, I love having full control of my zombies game. I tried to run around in my game a little bit solo, and it is straight up not a game that's built around solo. You are obviously meant to be playing this as a squad, and it balances the game around you know, having up to like 20 people running around. Again, really fun for friends and having like really random moments where, you know, you find a squad of 6 and your squad of 6 just ends up rolling around together. Stuff like that can be really fun, but I just don't think it's very conducive to solo just because the zombies are not balanced for solo in the slightest. Now, what they do post-launch, they said they are looking at, you know, in-game stuff post-launch. They said they're looking at a lot of stuff post-launch, so whatever, take from that what you will. They said essentially, like, we're working on a lot of potential things for post-launch in terms of Easter eggs, in terms of gameplay. There's a lot more coming to this game. It sounds like that is not just this mode, or is not just like an Easter eggless, like, you know, zombie campaign that you do and then you beat, kind of like a normal campaign that's just in the...
Yeah, an Easter eggless zombie campaign that you just kind of do doesn't sound super positive, to be honest, but I can understand why he's framing it that way, because it is like you do the 3 acts and then it kind of feels like it's a bit done. But it sounds like some of the end game stuff will come after launch maybe, so maybe that will help. I understand what Noah's basically getting at. Like, it's overall a game mode that is going to be very similar to Outbreak and DMZ. Primarily DMZ maybe, with a little bit more slanting towards Outbreak, because like the whole DMZ extraction kind of vibe of you taking cans out and stuff like that seems like a big deal. So just based on that initial bit of gameplay, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to do another video, which is breaking down what they've talked about on stream with Kevin Drew, and like done that on the COD Next stream. So click on screen right now to go through to that, and I will see you there. All right.